It's August, and you know what that means. That's right, it's time for a brand new unboxing from my friends at Video Games Monthly. As you can see here, this guy is still encased in his priority mail prison, which means I have not cracked this open. We're going to do a blind unboxing looking right down Center Avenue here, and I'm going to let you know what is in this box, and we're going to find out what it is at the same time. If you're new here, my name's Jay. Welcome to Square Pegs. I would love if you would hit that subscribe button down below. I do this unboxing every month. It's something that I truly enjoy doing, and a lot of people seem to enjoy it as well. So, without further ado, let's get this guy ripped open and we'll find out what I got this month. Now, what is Video Games Monthly? Video Games Monthly is a monthly subscription service where you're able to get 3, 4, 5, or 10 games sent to you every month. I personally sign up for the 5 games a month subscription because I like getting old games in the mail. And I will tell you, the last couple months have not been great for Video Games Monthly. So I'm hoping this one is going to be a home run because I would love to reset the clock on that because 3 strikes and it's canceled. We're at 1 strike right now. I gave him a pass on that first month that kind of stunk, but hopefully this one picks things up. So right now, let's crack this guy open for the first time and find out what's inside. First things first, let's feel around a little bit. We got a button. We got a button. Oh, I dropped the button. Where'd the button go? There it is. All right, and the button is a Video Games Monthly button. How cool is that? A little bit of Floydomania running wild on you, brother. All right, here we go. Now, a lot of people have said in the past on my videos that they're giving me preferential treatment, etc., etc. If you watched the last 2 videos, you know that's not true. But I want to clear something up here. I pay for this with my own money. I do not have a sponsorship through them. I just like the service. I like getting games, and you'd be crazy not to like getting games. They usually do really well on value. I'm one of the guys that doesn't look at it as a quality versus quantity game thing. I look at it as a value equality thing. So if I can equal what I put in, then I'm fine. If I don't, that's when I get a little worried about it, and that's what the last 2 months have been. Hopefully this month corrects that. All right, first up, this is a Sega Genesis game. This feels like an EA one because it's a tall guy, and this is Crew Ball. Hell yes, I love Crew Ball. All right, let's take a look at Crew Ball over on the Genesis.
Now, before we get too far into anything, I want to let you know that the cleaning on these carts was a little rough this time. They were pretty dirty. I actually had to clean them 3 or 4 times for them to get working, but once I got them cleaned off enough, everything was going really well. Now let's talk about Crew Ball. Crew Ball was one of those games I rented all the time as a kid because I loved it so much. I was big into glam metal at the time. I loved Motley Crue, I loved Twisted Sister, and the fact that I was able to play a pinball game featuring awesome MIDI versions of Motley Crue songs was just incredible to me. Now, looking back at it now and playing it today, it's a fairly average pinball game with just a fantastic license appended to it. Is it something that's going to be thought of fondly for years to come? No, I mean it's very standard. It's basically similar to Sonic Spinball in that regard. It's fun, it's something I enjoy, and the memories are probably best left in the past, but I do think that it's a really fun game, and it's something I'm super excited to own because honestly, I kind of forgot this game existed. I remember loving the game as a kid, but after I stopped playing it, it just kind of went away, and playing it again now brought back a ton of really good memories. I had a lot of fun playing this, and I think it's a solid game. It's not perfect. It's definitely got its flaws. The physics are by far a little wonky to say the least, but I do think it's really fun. I'm super pleased with this.
All right, that is a solid start for me. All right, I love that game. I love video pinball, and Crew Ball is fantastic. If you love Motley Crue, that is the game right there. That is so good. All right, next up, I always say it's my first Master System game. This is a Famicom game. I'm going to say that right now and hope it's a Master System. So let's take a look. 3, 2, 1. Oh, hey, Yoshi's Cookie on the Famicom. Let's take a look at that one.
A Famicom release now, and this is Yoshi no Cookie. This is Yoshi's Cookie that's pretty obvious. I already said it too in the video, but how cool is this? I love getting Famicom stuff in the mail, and I'm not a huge fan of this game. I think it's a fine game. It's a very serviceable puzzler. It does everything it needs to do perfectly fine. It's not something I'm ever going to probably play a ton, but it's kind of nice to have in the arsenal. I do like having puzzle games on hand because those are great, 5-minute, just pop in, play them, and get out. If you have a couple minutes where you want to play a game and you can't sit down and invest a ton of time in an RPG or an action game, a puzzle game is perfect for that. And this is kind of filling that need very well. I love getting stuff for the Famicom just because it's such an exciting console for me to collect now because I didn't have any Famicom games growing up. It wasn't something that I ever thought I would ever have a possibility of owning. And being able to get them now, getting them sent to me every month is just cool. And they're so cheap. Like, they're so inexpensive, and being able to pick them up at conventions or being able to pick them up online on eBay or from Japan Retro Direct is just fantastic. Getting a Famicom game is never going to get old to me. It's always going to be something I thoroughly enjoy because it was never a possibility for me growing up. And just, it's such a cool experience to get something like this in the mail. Love it. Absolutely love it.
All right, there we have Yoshi's Cookie. That's a really, really... I'm not gonna say really fun. Okay, it's a decent puzzle game. I prefer the Super Nintendo version, but hey, that's not bad right there. That's pretty good. All right, moving on now. All right, we got 2 NES and 1 Genesis. Let's do Genesis. We'll do the NES ones last. All right, 3, 2, 1 Genesis. We have Championship Pro-Am. I haven't the foggiest clue what this game is. Let's take a look at what might possibly be. Oh, lots of sticker residue on this one. Not digging that. Let's take a look at this, what might possibly be a golf or RC racing game. I don't know. Let's find out. Let's find out what it is.
So I've never heard of this game. I did not know Championship Pro-Am on the Genesis was even a thing because I thought Rare was just 100% Nintendo at this time. I had no clue that this game even existed, so when I saw the title, and it's pretty nondescript, I mean, the label art is text, I had no idea what this is going to be. Like, when I heard Pro-Am, I immediately thought of Pro-Am golf, like celebrities versus golfers, and so happy to be wrong, because holy cow, Championship Pro-Am is fun. This is so good. This is a Genesis version of RC Pro-Am. That's all you need to know. RC Pro-Am is an all-time great. Championship Pro-Am improves on it. It's better looking, the sound is better, the gameplay is just as good. It's just such a nice experience to play this in 16-bit. Like, I love the RC Pro-Am series, and getting this on the Genesis when I had no clue that this was even a thing, I did not know this was an option, had no clue this game even existed, is just super cool. I'm really stoked to have this one. I played this for like an hour and a half. It's so much fun. It's a great game. Championship Pro-Am rules. This is so cool.
All right, there you have it. Championship Pro-Am. All right, 2 NES now. 2 NES. Let's find out. All right, let's do the one on the left first. All right, 3, 2, 1. Whoa. Ninja Gaiden 2. Wow. Okay, that's awesome. And Anthony, thank you for your sacrifice. I really appreciate it. Let's take a look at Ninja Gaiden 2.
All right, let's talk Ninja Gaiden 2, the dark sword of chaos. I love the Ninja Gaiden series. As terrible at the games as I am, this is one of my favorite series. This is one of those games that I never owned as a kid, but I rented all the time. It's kind of a running theme today, actually, is that I rented a lot of these games all the time. I just never owned them, and this is one that was a constant rental for me from our little video store in Westport, Massachusetts. This is something that I truly enjoyed. I love the Ninja Gaiden games because of how challenging they are, because of how much fun they are, because it's just such a cleverly designed game. And the Dark Sword of Chaos, Ninja Gaiden 2, does something really clever by putting in kind of these ghost ninjas, and I loved that as a kid, and I forgot about it. I haven't played this game in years, so when I ran into it again in this one, and I found the ghost ninjas that jump in and help you out and throw the different items and stuff like that, I was so excited to experience that again, because it's one of those, you know, kind of like in Inside Out, one of those core memories that's just stored away, and it unlocked again when I was playing this, and I was so happy. It was just this amazing dose of nostalgia serotonin that just made me so excited to be playing this game. And I hope I'm able to beat this one. I've never actually beaten this game in my life, and it was one of those things I just kind of resigned myself to. I'm probably never going to beat it. I'll probably never own it, because I don't really think of buying games like this when I'm looking for games. I'm hunting for more rare stuff. This is one of those middle-of-the-road games that I just wouldn't necessarily pick up, but getting it today in this Video Games Monthly shipment was awesome, because it's just such a fun game, and it's so well designed, and I'm super, super excited to be able to play this now whenever I want to.
That's a great gift right there. Last NES game coming up right now. 3, 2, 1. Skate or Die. All right, awesome. Let's take a look at this guy.
Okay, I remember renting Skate or Die a lot when I was a kid, because I've never been able to skateboard in my life. It's just not a skill I've ever picked up. Put me on ice skates, put me on the ice, I'm fine, but skateboarding, I might as well not even exist, because I just immediately fall off, I hurt myself, and I don't want anything to do with it. But I really like skateboarding video games, and I really wanted to like Skate or Die. Now, looking back at it now, I can see that a lot of it was just not understanding the controls, which is kind of the problem I have now, because I don't have a manual for it. But it's still a really clever game. Like, there's a lot going on here for something that only has 2 buttons. What it's able to pull off is kind of remarkable. It's beautiful to look at. The different tricks that you're able to do once you figure out what the hell you need to do in order to be able to move. Like, on the half pipe for a while, I couldn't figure out what I was supposed to do, but eventually I figured out the button combinations I needed to do to go a little bit faster. Just not very good at it. Like, this is something I wish I had a turbo controller for, because I think I would have it a lot more fun. But it's a really neat game with some very fatal flaws. Like, the controls in it kind of suck, and it's really difficult. I'm excited to own it because I think it's one of those landmark NES games that people should have, and I want to spend more time with it just so I can kind of build that skill and hopefully get to the point where I can see why this is such an important game to so many people. Like, I was so excited when I unboxed it, I kind of forgot that I'm really awful at it, and I don't have a ton of fun with it. But I want to get better at it. I want to have more fun with it.
All right, so I'm back. I've totaled everything up, and good job, VGM. You guys crushed it this month. So I typically want to be within like $5 of what I paid. That is what I consider to be a successful month from Video Games Monthly. And this month, I've got it right here. You can actually see the math because I can't do it in my head. I had the calculator do it. We came out to $65.21 in value. Now I pay $44.99 for the 5-up box plus shipping, so it comes out around $50 every month. So I'm ahead $15 this month. That is a win. I think my favorite game that I got this month is probably Ninja Gaiden 2. I mean, you can't really top that, although Crew Ball, really close. Love the variety, love the options I got this month. Hey, 2 NES, 2 Genesis, and a Famicom, that's a win. Let me know in the comments down below what you think the best game is I got this month, and let me know if there's anything I'm sleeping on or any questions you may have about the service. Big thanks to my patrons you guys are seeing on screen right now. Appreciate you guys so much for being along for the ride with me on this one. Until next time, folks, I've been Jay. Appreciate you stopping by and spending a little bit of time with me today as I unbox Video Games Monthly for August 2022. We've reset the clock. They are back to a 0-0 count after this home run. Until next time, remember to play more games, stay square, and take care. I'll talk to you soon.